The 4 o'clock call to prayer. If I were back home in Boston, I'd be sitting down at the bar for happy hour. But I'm in Istanbul. Truth is, I could use a little hair of the dog. What business do I have being hung over in a country that's 99% Muslim?
That's it. The gloves are coming off.
Here we go. Good question. Turkey's an unusual place.
Oh, mashallah.
Here, the pendulum between old traditions and new possibilities can swing so fast, it'll make you dizzy.
Here's to sex and beer, then.
And nowhere is that more true than when it comes to booze.
When's the next party, by the way?
Growing up working in the bars of South Boston, I learned one thing. Sit down with a stranger and a couple of cocktails, and the whole world opens up. I'm Jack Maxwell. I'm in search of the world's most interesting drinks and the people who drink them. That's why they call me the Booze Traveler. Turkey's got a long, colorful, even complicated relationship with alcohol. If you want to understand that, or even try to understand that, you come to Istanbul. Now, you wouldn't think there'd be much of a drinking culture here, but the fact is, Istanbul is the beating heart of a country that downs over 1 billion liters of booze every year. To make sense of this place, there's no better place to start than the Old City, also known as the Fatih District. From the Hagia Sophia to the Grand Bazaar, Istanbul's 3,000-year history is on full display right here. Hakan Kolic is a good friend who knows some of the best drinking spots. We're meeting outside the new mosque, which happens to be 400 years old.
It's so funny to me that this being a Muslim country, everyone loves to drink.
Being Muslims doesn't stop anyone.
Everyone knows, and that's it, and we just forget about it.
Islam never says that you can't tell anyone that they shouldn't be drinking, but back at the ages, it was sentence of death.
Really?
Yeah. If you were caught drinking, you'd die.
I'm sure there are some who would like to bring that back, no?
Yeah, they are trying. We have laws and stuff to keep people from drinking, but
But it doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Turkey has always swung back and forth between tolerance and prohibition. The Ottomans completely banned booze 4 times before things loosened up, for the most part anyway, after the birth of modern Turkey in the 1920s. Now, new laws are trying to change that all over again. It's part of a larger conservative trend that's running into some serious pushback. And nowhere is that resistance more fierce than the working-class neighborhood of Beşiktaş.
If we're gonna get sloppy drunk this early, we're in trouble, kid.
Şerefe.
Şerefe.
3 miles up the Bosphorus from the Old City, Beşiktaş is famous for fish markets and Ottoman palaces, but known even better as a hotbed of revolution. It's home to one of the world's most unlikely groups of rebels. Hard-drinking soccer fans. Blue-collar grit, underdog spirit. If Southie had its own soccer team, it might look a little like this. But Beşiktaş supporters are anything but your typical rabid sports fanatics. They double as revolutionaries. When Turkey erupted in protests in 2013, these are the guys that faced down police water cannons with a bulldozer. They've been a force for social justice for decades. And when they pound the pre-game beers, it's not just for the buzz. It's an act of defiance. Today's game day, so they're half tailgating, half protesting, and 100% partying.
Crazy! It's still 7 hours before game time. Are you kidding me?
What are they protesting?
Anything.
I don't know. What do you got?
Their biggest saying is, we are against everything.
At their core is a radical soccer fan group called Çarşı. Now, Çarşı has protested racism, sexism, fascism, cronyism, classism, religion, nuclear power plants, logging, war, peace, poverty, censorship, profanity, inequality, and yeah, of course, laws against drinking.
The fans logo is anarchist model. Bir tane atkı gösterebilir miyim ya? This is their thing and that's their logo, you know? And what does it say? Defender of anarchy. That explains a lot.
The movement has gone worldwide.
We come from London.
Oh, there you go.
Charsha. All right, go Besiktas.
Cheers.
One thing Charsha doesn't protest, starting game day at a bar. Their unofficial headquarters? Forza. Hakan talks us into the elite inner circle.
This table is a very special table. They're the leaders of the Çarşı group.
The leaders?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sitting down with some cross between Don Corleone and Malcolm X.
No problem.
So what am I gonna drink? Whatever they hand me. That's raka. Kind of like a Turkish ouzo. An anise-flavored liquor. And it's Turkey's national drink. Now, you know, these guys are gonna go with the strong stuff. And raka is no exception. At 80 proof, it really packs a punch.
So why Besiktas? Why them?
Neden Beşiktaş diyorsun? Life is Beşiktaş. As a philosophy, it's not just a team. It is a lifestyle.
Halk takımı. Ondan Beşiktaş.
It's the people's team. This is always with the right against the wrong. That's why Beşiktaş.
I'll drink to that. Cheers. Besiktas! Oh, that's good stuff.
Now, I could translate the words for you, but we just have to bleep it all out anyway. Suffice it to say, they're a little salty.
And what they sang right now is, you have to know this. God forgives, Çarşı doesn't. Okay, so you are now the representative of Çarşı Boston, and this is a huge duty, man. They will never forget this.
I accept my duty with great pride.
Gururla verdiğiniz görevi kabul ediyorum.
Çok da sikimde bu dünya. Öyle aşık bu alemde kral çarşı.
Three hours and a few beers later, it's time to head to the game.
It's crazy. It's an hour and a half before game time, and they're loud as hell. The people's team. Here we go.
I'm hanging with some of Turkey's hardest drinking soccer fans. But you wouldn't know it here. In 2013, the government banned liquor in the stadium to rein in unruly crowds. Our team? Besiktas. They're up against their mortal enemies, Fenerbahce. The rivalry goes back 90 years. I can imagine what would happen if our guys lose, but I'd rather not. 1-1. The game ends in a tie, but we'll be partying all night just the same. My voice is shot, my body aches, my head hurts. Not the way I expected to wake up on my second day in Istanbul. Hakan is taking it easy on me with an ancient brew called Boza.
You know a place to go get it?
I know the oldest place to go get it.
The oldest?
Yeah.
In all of the whole country? Is it far from here? I could use a drink.
Not really. That's the shop.
Vefa.
Tucked behind the spice market in the old city, Vefa has been making Boza for 130 years. But it's not considered booze. So why are we going? Because Boza is the barometer for Turkish attitudes on drinking. The alcohol content fluctuates with the political climate. In times of prohibition, Boza was like stealth beer, fermented to around 6% alcohol, same as your average microbrew. Today, it's just 1% alcohol, so low, even devout Muslims can drink it with a clear conscience.
Before the shop, we have to stop by another place. Here it is.
This is it. So this is a grilled chickpea. That's
Yeah.
all it is, right? Chickpeas go in the... They go
Yeah.
right in the Boza.
Yeah.
Can I try one? Are they ready? I don't want to take them too soon.
Hazır mı diyorsun?
Can I have one more? You did a nice job on the last one.
We grab a bag, let's go drink, and head for Boza.
Check out the marble, like,
Why is that? From so many people walking in?
yeah.
It looks like a custard.
You add cinnamon and chickpeas, but it's optional. You could just eat it plain.
Let's do it how you like it.
It's not often I get to eat my drinks.
Busy place.
All right.
Yeah, I really like it with chickpeas.
You like heavy chickpea?
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, this is good.
You get that beer taste?
Creamy. It tastes like pudding.
Yeah.
Jello pudding.
It's good.
Boza is brewed from fermented millet semolina. It was first served up around 9,000 years ago.
The main purpose is to keep your body up, this defense system.
It was a staple for Ottoman armies because it's packed with nutrients and cheaper than food.
This is the best place in this shop. Atatürk was sitting here, and you can see his glass up there at 1937.
Mustafa Ataturk is the revered founding father of modern Turkey. His name literally means father of the Turks, and his face is on the money, all of it, and everywhere else you look.
I'm sitting in Ataturk's seat?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
After 5 centuries of Ottoman rule, he's the guy who ushered in a new era, establishing a Western alphabet and giving women the right to vote. Kind of like George Washington, Martin Luther King Jr., and Susan B. Anthony all rolled into one.
He was writing down the Republican laws right here while having his boza.
That's like sitting in the chair that they signed the Declaration of Independence or created the Constitution.
Boza's hugely popular, and Turks can get their fix anytime, because if you can't get to the Boza shop, well, the Boza shop can come to you. Every neighborhood has its own Boza man.
Hey,
This is Yashar.
Yashar? Nice to meet you. I'm Jack.
This is Jack.
Hoş geldiniz.
Pleasure. We're shaking. Let's go. All
Okay.
right. Hey. All right. So, Yashar, how did you become a Boza man?
Benim 3. kuşağım.
He says, I'm the third generation. My grandfather, my father, and me, we are all boza men.
Ya hala bu çok zor bir iş. Herkesin bir işi
He's
var.
totally proud of it, and he says it's like 900-year-old job. It's like an American selling a Coca-Cola, like 2,000 years later.
If people buy it, can I maybe pour it and give it to them?
Tabii.
He says, sure, of course.
Hasta taşı var.
Carry it. He said, sure. You want to pour it, you got to carry it. Oh, this is heavy. You got muscles. This is heavy. I wouldn't want to do this till 2 o'clock in the morning. So here we go. We're coming into the neighborhoods. Boza!
We're not belting out top 40 Turkish hits here, that's for sure. We're in Istanbul's Old City, selling Boza, a fermented millet drink first brewed about 9,000 years ago.
Boza! How's that? That okay?
That's great, yeah.
Want some Boza? This is heavy. I don't mind pouring some out.
Yeah,
Saying yes?
she's going to...
We got a customer.
She's going
My
to...
first sale.
Boza goes for about 50 cents a pint.
Teşekkürler. All right. Wow. That's almost a double. You sure you want to put that in there? Looks like there was a plant in there about 5 minutes ago. You sure? Boza! There's a couple of potential customers right up there. You want some, right? You want some Boza?
She will leave her basket with a rope down here with the bucket. You will fill the bucket, and she will give the money inside the bucket, and
Wow.
she will lift it up.
Don't spill the boza. Okay, take it away. Here's your boza. Enjoy.
30 pints sold, 5 miles walked. It's quitting time. Yashar invites me home to meet the family.
Thank you for having us.
Hoş geldiniz.
His wife, son, and some neighbors are there for evening boza.
Kılıcı bir arkadaşım.
Doğru isterseniz.
Ortağım.
Beğenmiş mi? Nasılmış tadı?
Did you like boza? Did you like the taste?
I liked it very much.
Çok sevdim.
Yeah.
The custom is to have a glass before bed.
Here you are. It's one for you.
Mersi.
This scene is common in Istanbul. Multiple generations of close-knit families under one roof, happy to just hang out together while the world spins by. But it's hard to say how long that will last. Yashar's son wants to be a pilot.
Babadan oğlu herkes büyüyor yani. Binalar da gittikçe daha çok yüksek.
He says everything is changing. It's being a modern world,
babam-
and I want to
Babam
get attached
insanları
to that.
beslerken ben de uçurmak istiyorum.
My father is feeding people, and I want to fly people.
We say goodbye to Yashar and his family and head out to Nevezade Street for a modern take on boza. Nevezade Street is a popular night spot where hipsters and tourists drink shoulder to shoulder at packed tables. Off the main drag, we duck into the trendy Bloodhound Bar
Hey. Hello. How are you? What's happening?
with one of Istanbul's top bartenders, Murat Kuru.
Now you'll see the other side of boza,
What's the other side of boza? What does that mean?
the dark side.
A touch of vodka, a splash of Kahlua, and the magic ingredient.
The boza. Oh, nice.
Boza really does tell you where Turkey is at any moment.
What do you call it when you mix it?
Bonanza, right?
Let's try some bonanza.
The old and new may be constantly colliding here, but sometimes you get a perfect blend.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Şerefe.
Everywhere you look in Istanbul, there's an Ottoman palace or an ancient mosque. It's all very majestic, but none of them serve breakfast. We're heading back to the blue-collar Beşiktaş neighborhood for a one-of-a-kind dish.
There's our guy.
This guy?
This guy owns the place.
Merhaba.
The place is Pando, and the guy is Pandeli Shestakov, maker of Istanbul's best kaymak. It's Turkish clotted cream, the perfect pick-me-up after a night of drinking.
This shop is 200 years old. Since I was born, I'm at this shop.
How old is he?
89.
89 years old. Just go with the flow and eat lots of kaymak, right?
Şimdi bırak bol bol kaymak ye, değil mi diyor.
Kaymak is a centuries-old dish made from the milk of a water buffalo. To make it ripe takes 3 days. It's usually served with homemade bread and heaped with honey.
Here we go. My first taste of kaymak. Oh, that's so good.
It's like whipped cream, only better. Like eating clouds.
Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Look how golden it is. I don't know how to say it, but this might be the most perfect thing I've ever had in my life. Oh,
Fortified with kaymak, we head to the waterfront for fish and the most Turkish of Turkish drinks, rakı. Now, there's a proverb that says rakı is the pimp that brings men and fish together for acts of love. I don't know about the acts of love part, but hey, we're going fishing.
When you're drinking rakı, fish is the most important thing.
like a nice white wine.
Yeah, like wine with cheese, rakı with fish. It's the same.
Now, this is great.
Arjan takes us onto the Sea of Marmara. These waters dividing Europe and Asia have been fertile fishing grounds since the oar was invented. They teem with mackerel and a one-of-a-kind anchovy called hamsi. It's the perfect match for rakı.
You don't get it anywhere else in the world. That's a special fish.
And now the fisherman casts his line into the water. This is so Hemingway-esque. You got the old man in the sea, the boat, And we got fish. Look at this. How do you fall for the feather trick? How do you do that?
Not exactly a giant marlin, but hey, who's complaining? Arjan lets me have a shot.
So what do I do? Cast it out? All right, here we go.
All right, here's to good luck. Or as the Turks say, Bismillah, with the name of God.
Oh! Eureka! That's a collection right there. We're gonna eat for days.
Turns out it might be days before we eat. Who knew that every 1,500 hours or so, the average boat engine needs a major overhaul?
Okay, I got you. So now we're getting towed in by Arjan's friend. You don't have to call AAA, just call a buddy.
While the engine goes into surgery, Arjan escorts me into the fisherman's clubhouse for lunch. And oh, what a lunch. Fresh grilled fish.
Oh, that smells good.
And plenty of raka.
Merhaba. Merhaba. What's shaking?
I've had it before, but now it's time to do it right with food.
Oh, look at this. You were expecting us.
Sometimes the toughest clubs to get into are the unofficial ones.
You can smell it.
It's my third day in Istanbul, and these fishermen are about to initiate me with the age-old ritual of fish and raka.
Merhaba. Merhaba. What's shaking?
Raka is Turkey's social lubricant of choice. It's actually a brandy made from grapes, but it's flavored with anise, so it has a licorice taste like Greek ouzo. Most Turks drink raka in tall, thin glasses, but for old-school fishermen, man, there's only one way to do it.
Fishermen prefer tea glasses.
Proper procedure is to mix raka and cold water.
It's clear in the bottle and you pour it, it becomes milky. How does that happen?
That's magic.
Actually, it's chemistry, and I'd probably need a PhD to explain it. But the reaction unleashes raka's unique aroma and flavor.
They say, like, once when he drank too much, there was an earthquake. And another time, there was another earthquake. So they don't let him drink too much, you know?
You're a jinx. Şerefe. It's good. I keep drinking it before I put it down. It must be good.
Served as cold as possible, it tastes like licorice on a speeding bobsled because it goes down smooth and fast. When I try the mackerel, everything clicks. The fish is salty and the anise is sweet. Now I finally get that old Turkish saying, the fish in your stomach will cry if the raka doesn't follow it down. That's fantastic.
We have other things, like when you're toasting, you're older than me, so I have to toast like this. You know,
Okay,
like
so-
I respect you, so I
The
hit
top of
you.
your glass hits the bottom of my glass.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
When I'm finished, I can't refill until everyone is finished on the table.
Really?
Yeah. So that everyone on the table will be equally drunk.
Raka is almost always served with food. Eggplant, grape leaves, spicy yogurt, cheese. Apparently, Turkish Thanksgiving comes every week.
So let me ask you, what does it mean to drink raki as a Turk?
We grew up with rakı, and our fathers used to drink rakı, so, and their friends used to drink rakı, so
It's tradition. But where does it come from?
he says with Atatürk, rakı was officially Turkish drink. He's the guy who drank it beautifully, and he looked at the other nations, like everyone had a national drink, and rakı should be our national drink, so.
So how about a toast to fishing itself? Acına içelim.
To Arjan.
Acına içelim. Şerefe
Means for honor.
I don't know why people think that's so strong. It's beautiful.
It makes you talkative. It says like at the middle of the third glass, you will be singing like a bird.
Şerefe.
July içelim.
Singing like a bird? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Zzz, and back and forth, and we planted the pole, and he was thrashing around, and he had his teeth, he was so mad. And I looked and I saw him, and I said, now what do we do? I didn't, oh, we gotta cut him and clean him and cook him and eat him and everything
A
else.
full-on encounter with raka and it had absolutely no effect on me whatsoever.
Test of my manhood. I was a child turning into a man.
Okay, except that I wanted more.
Sheriff. 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 Sheriff.
These are Friday prayers. And these are Friday prayers. I've come to meet a group of unlikely revolutionaries who drink raka religiously.
Right here? Fantastic.
This is journalist Haluk Shaheen. He's a pioneer and fierce crusader for free press in this country. His drinking buddies are famous poets, actors, directors. This is Turkey's brain trust. Raka is like a good marriage. Once you get in, it's hard to get out. But who wants to?
The bottle is like woman, okay? And you want it to be as close as possible.
The grand old man of the bunch is 93-year-old author Aydin Boysan. He's been drinking raka for 70 years, longer than anyone else.
Would you like some more raka?
Later.
Okay, all right. Absolutely.
Aydin teaches me the first lesson of Friday prayers, how to drink raka like a pro.
So we look, we smell.
Okay, put your head back like this, enjoy it, and then you shake like this.
Slowly.
As slowly as possible.
Slowly.
Okay. Watch. Okay.
I love it.
The biggest pleasure you derive happens while it goes down your throat. A giraffe would be.
It might look like your average happy hour, but it's a raka-fueled conversation that's been running for more than 30 years. The national drink is the only choice when it comes to matters of state, and never have these matters been so important.
You drink it so that you start talking about how you're going to save this country from evil forces.
They tell stories of life, of women, adventure, but when they drink enough, the conversation always comes back to the nation they love and its founder, Ataturk. Raka was so much a part of his late-night sessions with advisors that it was considered an honorary member of the cabinet. A member that was a lot more dangerous than he thought. After propelling Turkey into the modern age, Ataturk died from cirrhosis of the liver.
I mean, he was a visionary. He changed this whole society, and we're still pursuing his footsteps.
The swing to the west that he championed is under fire today.
There are many others who would like to turn Turkey in other directions.
So how do you fight that from this table?
By enjoying ourselves, by being open-minded. Raka opens up your mind, it opens up your vision. It also makes you a bit pensive and sometimes a bit pessimistic. So you need company, so you need to converse with other people how you're going to save the country.
Here's to saving the country.
These guys are torchbearers, sipping raka to fortify them in their continued fight for Western ways.
Thank you for everything. That's wonderful.
We'll see you.
Thank you.
They're not alone, but the younger generation
Merhaba.
has their own approach.
Should they buy more? Because after 10 you can buy, you know?
Can't buy any alcohol after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I better buy another one. That's a good point. Well, let me crack one of these open. Can I drink this right here?
No, you can drink outside. But
I can drink outside?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It should be the other way around. I can drink in here, but not outside on the street.
Yeah.
You go outside and have a beer?
Yeah.
Outside, no. You don't want to go to here. We'll get in trouble.
Yeah, don't.
All right, I'll be right here.
The liquor laws in Turkey are enough to turn you sideways, and they're changing all the time. Right now, for example, liquor stores can't sell after 10 p.m., but it's totally legal to drink in the streets. Okay. Popping the top inside can cost the owner $600 in fines. This is Arnold and his pal Ada. They're DJs. Their friend owns this store, and he's lost a lot of money with the new law. So they started throwing parties from 8 till 10 at night in the store to bring in extra people. If I was having a beer on one of those party nights, I'd have like 500 drinking buddies.
It's not just people from the neighborhood. People come from, I'm sure, some distance to say, I'm with these guys. I want to drink. I want to show them I support what they're doing.
Because we support support your local liquor store.
Yeah, right. Support your local
Because
liquor
he is
store.
going to close his shop.
Are you a Muslim? All Muslim faith of the Muslim faith?
Yes.
Yes. And that's not some kind of conflict?
Conflict inside. Yes.
Inside?
I don't say I have never made something or.
Hey, no one's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Turkey, it's complicated. Yes. I know lots of people who is drinking and also voting for the Conservative Party.
Well, I'm going to have to drink this quick before they change the rules, fellas. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'll see you for one of these parties, okay? Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Gayrettepe is Istanbul's commercial and financial district. Full of high-rises and bank headquarters, it's the last place you'd expect to find some of Turkey's best microbrews. The Bosphorus Brewing Company is one of the only craft breweries in the entire country. Owner Philip Hall had to build the place from scratch to get around Turkey's archaic laws.
Phil, I'm Jack.
Hello, Jack. Nice to meet you.
Cool little microbrewery going here.
I'm going to get you a sampler. Now, this beer is a true lager, all unfiltered, unpasteurised. It's Sex and Beer. Brew 81.
Sex and Beer is the name of it.
Sex and beer means 81 in Turkish.
Here's to Sex and Beer, then. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Little hoppy.
But what's an Englishman doing running a pub in Istanbul?
Well, I moved to Turkey 2006, running an American chemical company, and I decided to stay and do something in the chemical business.
If you're going to do chemicals, you might as well do the good ones.
Absolutely. The alternative is to compete with the other 800 small breweries in the UK. Here, we're making a difference. Our process now is to reinvent beer in Turkey from both a cultural point of view and a taste.
His menu includes a draft based on a 3,000-year-old Sumerian recipe, one based on a favorite of the nation's first president, and many others. But the rest of Turkey's beer landscape is almost lunar in its lack of variety. More than 80% of the market goes to two industrial giants, Efes and Tuborg.
And we've lost the culture, and the major breweries took over all these regional small breweries. And of course, what they want is to make people drink one product. Sure. So that's what we've ended up with.
Lawmakers make it almost impossible for small breweries to get basic supplies and machinery.
There's nobody growing hops in Turkey. There's no yeast available. There's no equipment available. So we have to make it ourselves. You know, we design the equipment, we make the equipment.
The laws are always changing, and Phil's always finding a workaround. It's his love of beer that drives him to lock horns with regulators. But he's got a much bigger pain.
We're not allowed to do any advertising. We're not allowed to use social media. We can't mention the place, we can't mention the beers, we can't mention the names of the products.
That's right, they can't even say they make or sell beer. On the drinks menu of his website, Phil urges drinkers to use their imagination because we probably make what you imagine we make.
We've got to try and do this in a stealth-like way and allow the people to talk about it.
A beer has become a statement, and Phil, a reluctant rebel. But he's not the only guy blazing a trail with a drink that was born in this region. What if I tell you a story about a Muslim Turk bringing back a wine the Greeks were sipping when they sacked the ancient city of Troy? I'm traveling to the picturesque island of Bozcaada, nearly 200 miles from Istanbul. 6,000 years ago, wine was born in this region. And this place has some of the oldest continuous vineyards on the planet.
I had to come, didn't I?
They started about the time the ancient Greeks hid their ships in the harbor after dropping off that big wooden horse, and quickly realized this was prime real estate for grapes. The guy I'm gonna see had a similar epiphany 2,500 years later. His name is Rashid Salih, and he runs a winery called Corvus.
They built their culture on grape.
The grapes became the island's identity and its destiny until 1923.
They didn't have any other things, only the vineyards. Vineyards, grapes, wine. Hallelujah, nothing else.
That was when Greece split from Turkey. The Greeks were encouraged, politely or not so politely, to move back to Greece.
We start to lose identity and the culture of this island.
But the Greeks knew the grapes, so their exit was basically a death sentence for those ancient vines.
If you want to build a culture, it takes hundreds and hundreds of years. But if you want to lose it, 2 generations is enough.
In 2002, Rashid decided to resurrect the very same type of grapes that made the wine the Greeks drank when they sacked ancient Troy.
The idea was to make a very small project, only it was a kind of an archaeological excavation because all the culture of the island was living, but under the dust.
Today, his wines have taken home more than 30 gold medals.
Now we get to taste them, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
This is a wine made from the grape Rashid brought back from the dead. It's been served to the Pope, President Obama, and Queen Elizabeth.
It's very nice with the fish, with the salads.
The Tinea is made from Chavush grapes. It's fresh and lemony.
Oh, is that tasty? What do we have now?
Made mostly from Kuta grapes, the Karga is full and balanced.
It's a very simple, very islander wine without any tricky things inside.
Well, one thing's still tricky, though. Selling his wines in a country where many love to drink and many others want to restrict it.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah, 100%. I made a Hajj and 2 times to Mecca. Muslim is in my heart, in my brain. What about my mouth? Maybe I'm the only guy in the world who make the Hajj and makes the wine. I'm so proud of it.
Merhaba. I've come to this tiny Turkish island called Bozcaada to try a couple of drinks that you can get here and only here.
200 miles from Istanbul, this place has been invaded by Greeks, Romans, Persians, and Turks. But I'm not here for a conquest. I'm here for a cocktail. And this one's made out of poppies that bloom only 2 weeks out of the year.
How do you say poppy in Turkish?
Gelincik.
Ilincik?
Gelincik.
Ilincik.
Semra Güne owns a poppy-centric cafe in town. They sell poppy everything, including cocktails. And yes, those are poppy earrings. So along with her friend Ezra, we're on our way to collect that vital ingredient. Red poppies are so ingrained in the Turkish DNA, there are 36 different words for them.
The life of a poppy flower, it's only 1 day. The next day, it goes.
Really?
It doesn't die, but it doesn't look as good.
Its peak is 1 day. So are we getting it on the right day then?
Hopefully, we will find
Hopefully
some.
we'll find some.
The closest place to pick them is right around the corner. At the local neighborhood, castle? They say poppies grow where much blood was shed, and this 700-year-old fortress has seen its fair share. Countless civilizations have battled for control of the strategic waterways off Bozcaada.
I see some poppies right over there.
Yeah.
All right, you don't seem to be too delicate about it. You just pick it up.
Don't get the second day one.
Oh, don't
see?
get second day? Well, I don't know if I can
Go
tell the
for
difference.
the bright ones.
The bright one. This
Yes.
looks pretty bright. It's a beautiful day for picking poppies. See, he agrees with me, too. Here you go.
At the Ada Cafe, we get to the labor-intensive job of separating the petals.
Wow, you're going fast. You can do this pretty well. You keep going like that, you're going to get Employee of the Month. See, now this was second day. Who picked that? Did I do that? That was before I learned. That was before I learned.
Semra and her husband, Meili, are reviving their grandparents' recipes. The poppy syrup is simple. Steep the petals in water, and after a week, you pull them out.
This is the end product. That's the end product. That's it. The gloves are coming off.
There's no chance of getting high from this stuff. It doesn't contain booze, and this species doesn't produce the opiates of its more potent cousins.
That's very tasty. It tastes more like a tea than a juice.
This is where the spirits can really help. Maley experimented with just about every kind of booze until he found the perfect combination.
Cocktail with gin and red poppy.
Gin and red poppy. Şerefe. Şerefe.
It tastes appropriately like flowers, but with the crispness of gin.
That is a really good combination.
Yeah.
Some people say the poppy is a symbol of freedom. Maybe that's why it's allowed to go where no liquid, other than water, has ever gone before.
Şerefe.
Into Turkey's national drink, Rakı.
Not bad at all. I prefer the gin. I know why you like the gin with it.
It's so good, my excitement converts a poppy purist.
Have you ever tried? Here we go. The first time trying gin and red poppy juice.
This is good. It's
This
really
is-
good.
Can I get another?
My last night in Turkey, I'm back in Istanbul and back on Nevzade Street. It's midnight on a Saturday and it's hopping.
This is one of the most crowded streets in Istanbul.
Oh, yeah.
It's been an incredible trip.
Şerefe.
But booze always takes its toll. Time to clean out the system with Istanbul's most trusted hangover prevention.
Can you smell that?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Soup restaurant.
Everybody gets this. If you don't want to get a hangover,
Oh, look at that.
you get a soup. But like you have to get the tripe soup.
Tripe like cow's stomach?
Yeah, but you love it.
So this will prevent our hangover for tomorrow?
Yeah, trust me.
Really? Yeah. I'm gonna call you if I wake up hurting tomorrow.
Don't worry, don't worry.
I'm hurting now.
A dash of vinegar,
Oh, is that strong?
bit of garlic, and some red and black pepper.
All right, here's to no hangover. Tastes good.
You already feel better, right?
I do, actually.
Just like me at the moment, Turkey is in flux. It might be split on booze,
Hey!
but not on good cheer.
Şerefe.